Hello and welcome to the video. This video has been longer in production than I would have liked, but it's not an easy subject to cover well because there are so many variables and so much that may seem overwhelming for someone who has not bought mesh before. Before we start the video, I want to make it very clear that all choices of body parts are my own. Nothing is sponsored, discounted, or has bribed its way into this video. My reasons for choosing the items I have will become apparent. I am in no way intending to suggest that any one maker's items are better than any others. I am simply showing products I think offer the widest choices for further customization, and also demonstrating ones whose quality I am familiar with. I would encourage you to take a look around and see what you think may work for you. Here's my filming avatar that you saw me create a few videos ago. She doesn't look too bad, does she? I expect you were wondering why I would want to upgrade her to mesh, or, more to the point, why would you want to upgrade to mesh? It does cost money, and it's not a small amount either. Let me show you a few reasons, and the rest of the reasons will make themselves apparent when we do the classic before and after at the end of the video. Let's look a little closer at her. First of all, her hands. See how the wrists have a jagged bit sticking out, almost like she's broken a bone or has some weird implant? And how about the nails? It's very clear that she doesn't have a manicure at all, and the thing is, the only way she can get one is to add Primal sculpt nails or painted on nail polish. The former tend to move how they want to move, sometimes appear to detach themselves from the hands, and they are notoriously difficult to position. The latter doesn't look much better than you can see now. Here she is in another outfit. Let's look at her face. Looks great until you get up close. Uh-oh, she's got a problem there too. Well, maybe if I increase her bust size, not everyone will look at her jagged face. Well darn, her new assets are jagged too. How about her legs then? Yep, jagged. And as for her feet and ankles, oh dear. At least we can cover up the feet, right? Well, yes. If you want flat shoes forever and a very limited choice. If you want high heels, then you may remember the video where I created this look. And you'll remember what a palaver it was to add high heels. And look at them up close. Not that great, huh? and having to set them up every time you get a new pair? Too much like hard work. I know, I was around before mesh avatars, and yes, that's what I had to do. Guys may be thinking that this is all about girls, but it's not. Increase your pecs too much and you'll go jagged. Your hands and feet already are. And I'm guessing your faces. You don't get away with much more than the girls do. This video is for you too. I shall be working on a female mesh, but there are male meshes out there as well. I will put a link in the description for my recommendations for everything I use, as well as mesh bodies for men and heads. Please understand these are my suggestions. There are other choices on the market. There are other reasons you might want a mesh avatar. Perhaps the biggest reason I haven't mentioned yet is that the majority of creators are moving to mesh clothing and shoes, and not all will work with classic avatars. Also, a mesh avatar just looks fantastic. Please don't think I'm trying to suggest that if you stick to a classic avatar that you aren't good enough. If you want to stick to a classic avatar you can, and more power to you. To me, mesh is simply the best you'll get in future-proofing your avatar. I would note though that in the rapidly changing world of Second Life there are no guarantees of anything. So let's start talking about mesh bodies. There are dozens of mesh bodies on the market now. Some are whole bodies with head, body, hands and feet. Some come with a body but no hands, or a body with no feet. Some have a body and hands and feet, so you can use your classic avatar head with it, or purchase a mesh head. I'm sure there are other variations, but please understand, there is no way I could check them all. At this point, you must wonder why anyone will want to sell an item which is incomplete. Surely a full body has to be the best option. Not necessarily. Certainly I have never purchased a full mesh body for several reasons. I have not found a full body mesh that is very flexible in terms of shape customization, but there are so many out there, maybe you'll find one. Also, the body is not often Omega compatible, the hands are rarely bento, and the feet aren't usually slink compatible. No, I'm not just going to leave all those unexplained terms hanging there. Let's start with Omega. The Omega system provides a way for system-style clothes creators to make a pliers for a mesh that will work on all compatible meshes, and there are quite a lot. Here I am putting on a new top, which I'm doing by using an Omega applier. Having the option to use as many clothes as possible is always one that appeals to me. I know that there is a new system called Bakes on Mesh coming in as I make this video. This may mean that the Omega system is not going to be as necessary as I deem it to be now. However, it will take a while for things to filter through, and if you can get a good body with the option of using Omega, why not take it? Then there is Bento. Bento is the name for a project which brought in the ability to animate so much more of an avatar. Hands, face, tails, a lot of things. I'm sticking to a human avatar in this video, but I will cover some of the other types of avatar in future videos. A classic avatar has very static hands and the face is usually fairly expressionless. Getting hands right ahead with Bento offers much more realism. Slink compatible feet are, to me, a must. If you think of PCs and how Microsoft dominates the market for operating systems, then you can think of Slink in a similar way, in my opinion. If you want the best choice of really good shoes that you simply add, then you want your feet to be Slink compatible. There are also so many creators making Slink shoes, you'll get the best possible choice. By the way guys, everything I've said absolutely does apply to you too. So now we're at the fun bit. At least, I think so. I've been out shopping and I'm now in a position to go from Ruth to youth. I'll show you how I do it so you can see how a mesh body and associated bits are put together. I explained some of the criteria for how I select a mesh earlier, and I'll add one more: price. I found that this combination of parts was a bit kinder on my pocket than some other choices I could have made, but still offered excellent quality and flexibility. We're going to start with adding the mesh body that I purchased and setting it up for the Omega system. I chose Slink's physique body, but I bought it as a bundle with Slink's Bento hands and Slink's deluxe feet kit included. You'll find out what all those are as we go along. Before I do anything though, I'm going to make a folder to put a copy of the body in that I can work on. This is always good practice. I shall also put in a copy of the alpha for the body, which will hide Ruth entirely. We'll need to, as we'll be adding a head after. I'll add the HUD to the folder too. I'll need it as we progress the new avatar. You can see there's a lot of items in the original folder, many of which won't be needed. They are there to cover just about every eventuality a customer may need when they come to customize their avatar. You may wonder about the other items that I told you in the first customization video you should always have in your setup, like a shape and hair base. I'm wearing them already as Ruth, and as I am likely to change them as I go along, I'll start as we are and add things to the new folder when necessary. Let's add those items I put into the youth folder. And there we go. Now we have a body. Next we'll add the hands and the feet that I purchased in the Slink bundle. First, the hands. I'm adding the left and right hand and the HUD to the folder. I'm not really interested in stiletto nails, but they are included should you wish to wear them. Now I'll add the hands and HUD to my avatar. There we are, hands, which were a seamless match. I'll add the feet now. I don't need to add the HUD, as the hands HUD also covers the feet. The feet are just one item, so that's all I'll copy. Now I'll add them and my avatar has feet. Before we go any further, I should point out that the hands have a load of options and the feet do too. In particular, I can change my feet with a click of the HUD from dead flat to painfully high and most sizes in between. This gives me an amazing choice of shoes that will fit with ease. Before we add the head, I want to install the Omega system. I will want to not only add clothes that way on occasion, but I'll want to add a skin that I chose to go with this avatar. I'm not going to add the Omega installer to the folder, it's a one-time installation. I'm installing Omega now, as if I do it while wearing my feet and hands as well as the body, then all of them will have Omega installed. Do note that if you need to drag fresh body parts from the original folder, they will not have Omega installed and you'll just have to repeat the process on them. Bear in mind that each body and Omega system vary slightly, so what I have to do may differ with other body parts. There are always instructions included. Now I'll add the head. I did say that we may end up adding a shape and hair base to the youth folder. I'm going to copy the hair base and shape as well as the head parts. It's easier to modify the whole shape this way. As you can see, the skin on the face and the skin on the body don't match. The head is Catwa's pink and the body is Slink's physique, so it's not surprising, but I would want to choose my own skin anyway. To add skin to a mesh body, you have to use an applier. It will put the skin on top of the mesh, which is on top of your system avatar, i.e. Ruth. You cannot wear a skin that a classic avatar does with a mesh body, because you won't see it, it will be under the mesh. An applier comes as a HUD. You add it, it appears on your screen, and with one click it will apply the skin to your body. I chose a skin that will match one of the skin options that comes with a Catwa head. It's by the Skinnery, which are partnered with Catwa for this. It not only looks great, but it means I don't have to buy an applier for the head skin, so my pocket wins. First I will need to choose the correct skin for the Catwa head by using the HUD. There, now she's the tone that I chose. Now I can apply the skin and it will match up perfectly. With the skin and body parts all set, I can now customise the mesh and change my avatar's shape to my taste. I'm not going to video this because you can just watch my video on customising your classic avatar to see how to change your shape. The appearance box is the same for both classic and mesh. I will also mess with makeup and add hair. Again, there's no need to video this as these choices would be your own and may differ. I will list everything I use in the description. So there we go. Ruth to youth in less than half an hour. I did promise I'd give you a breakdown of costs so that you can see whether you think it's worth upgrading to mesh. So here they are. There are many, many more options than the ones I've chosen, so do shop around. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for the next one, where I'll be getting a new animation overrider and showing you how to add one to your Firestorm viewer.